Hello, YouTube! You know, once you win, you go for it! What's up, what's up? Another episode here, my house, trying to fix my rack and pinion. I have a little breakage, broke one of the sides of the bushings on the right side is broken, so no fun at all to put rack and pinion with the RS1 conversion here. It is a pain. So I pulled my bracket out, and you push your diff, as you can tell, forward, and then you need to tilt it up on the front to get those, you know, 2 bolts on top. Actually, you can get to these 2 here, but the ones on top is almost impossible once the diff is in and good. But yeah, I think I pulled the trigger on this big time, and I got me the shock therapy. So we're gonna make kind of an install review video on the shock therapy. Comes with, you know, your 2 boots, your little gift that I still don't understand what it is. Probably something to put around the cage, around your arm, something like this. Don't know. We'll figure it out. Oh, put it around the cage. So you slap it on the cage like that, and you got your shock therapy little, or put it around your can, or I don't know, something. But yes, that's a shock therapy rack and pinion. So we got the 5/8 clippers here, and that's supposed to go to my current tie rods. And what I like about it is it got the greaser. Construction is just beef. I mean, it's a square tubing. You can see is pretty beef. And we're probably gonna take out the bolts here in a minute and see how we're gonna install it. Processing this is not terrible. It's just time consuming. You know, you have to move all your stuff out of the way. The diff didn't have to come out, but that was my main aim, not to take out the diff even. I might pull it out for servicing and see if something is broken on the inside. I really don't want to, but I might have to. And yeah, my drive shaft is gone. Do something about that. But yeah, most likely my control arms is gonna be new. I got lower new ones, the uppers. Let's hope we can get some bushings for it. And yeah, what I did to make it just a little simple is I took out the steering wheel, I took out the APS, I took out pretty much everything it was here to make my life easier, put in the new rack. So there's the APS, my steering wheel's inside of the house, and it doesn't take no much time. Take out these 2 long bolts, 2 nuts on the top, and pretty much 2 wires, 3 bolts on the APS, 2 bolts for the cover, and you got your bolt and nuts holds your shaft on place. So we can do it a different way, yes I know, but I just decided to get it all on one piece and get it done right. I mean, we got time, not a biggie, and you know. But yeah, we're gonna put this rack and pinion here in a minute, and we're gonna show you how we're gonna do it and what we're doing. Most than likely, same as your stock. When you install this, there is one, you have to shave 1 bolt. So I'm gonna need to measure and see which one is, and I'm gonna need to shave that too. We'll see how we do that in a minute. What's up? What's up? Me again. Guess what? It was real easy. No complaints yet. So I got the rack and pinion in. You're gonna need to put those. Probably it's gonna get tied once you get done with this. I don't know if you tie. Yeah, you tied those. That's a shock therapy. They're pretty nice. So probably we're gonna put the tie rod here. We're gonna slide the boot, and I need to do a few stuff around this episode too. So it's 1, 2, 3 bolts on one side, 2 on the other side. It's a 1/4 inch Allen and 13 millimeter on the other side. So not a huge one, guys. Not a big deal to do. So from here on, most likely I'm gonna need to put all this back together to do the alignment, and I need to put my diff back together too. That is, got no brackets or nothing in there. So pretty much we're gonna put this piece in there, and we're gonna put a tie rod and see if we can get it. Most likely, yeah, most likely this is gonna go on the boot. You're probably gonna put your boot first in here. It's gonna go all the way in, so that's gonna be kind of a pain to put a zip tie. So most likely what you're gonna need to do is, hold this 1 second, Chito. Put your boot in here. Slide it down some, just to give you enough room. Then we're gonna grab one of this, and you're probably gonna thread it in whichever way you threads. Oh, normal thread. So yeah, big thanks to Southern Power Sports. Pretty bad to the bone tie rods with this bolt joint design here. Is I have no complaints. Taller Dons sent me this, and you grease them on the center, you adjust them here, take out the spin with a little circlip you have around. It comes out and you adjust whatever you need. So fully adjustable tie rod, slash tie rod and bolt joint, however you want to call it. So yeah, most likely, I mean, I don't want to do it perfect right now. We need to, like I said again, we need to do an alignment. I don't know what I'm sitting at or nothing, but this is probably gonna go like this. Get the camera closer, Chita. And yeah, that cannot go on top because my gonna be it for this, I think. Then most likely you're gonna have to put your right angle once you get this control arm up and see which way you need it. So you want to be as straight as you can. It's not, you know, you see what it's doing now, just only going like that. You need to be straight, or maybe give it a little inclination in there. You're gonna tie this, you're gonna tie your nut in here, the inside nut, and then you're gonna put your boot around this. You know, I don't have it tied yet, so it's gonna be a little pain on my side, but I'm gonna leave this here when I keep working on some more stuff here. And then, you know, your zip tie is gonna go on the very end there to protect from mud and dirt and whatever. And something a buddy of mine, David, mentioned, and I didn't realize this, but if you look, if you're gonna get the same kit, you look at your boot, it's got 2 whip holes going there. So I will probably try to aim on down. If you got anything extra grease or something, it's gonna come down. I really don't like the whip holes. I might do his idea on getting another boot, and I'm probably gonna put the part number in there. It's from a Corolla, I think. Corolla or Camry, I can't remember exactly what it is, but I talked to David, and he was giving me all the insiders. He's been running this rack for a while, and that's kind of what I did. So I know it's pricey, very pricey, but by the time you break one, you break two, you break three, you actually break it even. So the rebuild, not positive, but I think it's $125, $150 if you send it back to shock therapy. Obviously, if you don't have RS1, you don't have to take all this apart for sure. But same here, guys. Just you're not, but I ain't gonna tie it yet. I don't want to tie it till all this is done, and I'm waiting for a few more items to ship. So we always said, freaking racers, they're always breaking, always fixing them. You get new parts. I just need to leave that there, but you don't get too much moisture or stuffing. Anyhow, I don't know if that's gonna do too much because it's open. It's got those two whip holes in there, but yeah, pretty much that's your shock therapy rack and pinion, and pretty quick in its install. So now from there, let's gonna say you got the rack and pinion in. Now, because if we're gonna do that when we finish, you knock your shaft down in there, as you can see, and you know my light is kind of soaking right now. There is your stuff, your rack. So you go down in here into a little sideways, and then you got your shaft in, and it's good. You know, the problem is this turbos, they have a long shaft, and you know it's almost impossible to get them out easy. So if you can see there, I don't know, there it is. So that side is in there. So we come in here and we're gonna put this little grommet in there, and then my EPS will mount in there, and you just put pretty much your EPS, mount this before, and then you bring your steering wheel again, 2 bolts here, mount it right on, and then you know beating your hands, because we've done it before when Adam broke his, I think, and it's a pain since your shaft is so long. So if you got XP 1000, your shaft is about half of the dimension of that one. So yes, so we're doing a few stuff with it. Control arms probably gonna get replaced or rebushing because I have a lot of play in that. I don't have one bolt here, so the bushes are gone, and we're gonna change the lower control arms. They absolutely destroy. We got new radius rods for the rear, and also probably the next video coming is we're gonna put some bongs on the radius rod, because when I broke this one, if you'll see in the last video, so it's Stony Chuck Norris, getting there with an 18mm to get those nuts off is not fun at all. So called James Shelley, said, hey James, what we can do here, and he got those bongs. So you're gonna grab a uni bit and gonna go to, I'm thinking it's a 17mm. You got a 12mm right now, you go to 3/4, but it's a 17mm or 3/4, same stuff. So you go there, and we're gonna weld the bongs. It's gonna make a whole video on it and see how it goes, what it does. So this is kind of your install. I don't gonna do an install video. If you don't know how to do the rack and pinion, yeah, that's pretty bad. But hey, alignment, you know, put what I do in my alignment is I put measuring tape from line to line on the tire, from tire to tire on the center line, and I make sure it's got, I think it was 58 and some change. I can't remember 100%. 58 and some change, and you measure exactly on the rear as like right under the skid plate from tire to tire, and that's how you do your alignment. Make sure your steering wheel is straight, and you know that's coming next. Control arms, radius rods, and do the alignment. It should be ready to go, and that's when we go, and we're gonna go hit it again. We're waiting here to Adam gets back with his house problems, and he just got a tornado coming by his house. 2 huge trees knocked the house down, it was pretty bad. We went help him and move some stuff, and you know, we're just waiting for him to get settled again on his rental house for right now. They're gonna either build a house or do something about it. I don't have a clue yet, but yeah, so we're gonna be riding pretty soon. And that's the shock therapy rack. I know, and I read, I should say this in the earlier of the video, but I read you have to go on the shock therapy rack and pinion, and you need to put 10 pumps. Over here is your greaser. If you can see, I don't know. Yeah, my light is awful right now. You pump 10 pumps on the greaser, and you go 10 pumps, and you're gonna turn your steering wheel from side to side. So we're gonna put Cheetah there to turn the steering wheel from side to side when I pump 10 times. This is only the first time of use. Then after each ride, or 2 rides, or you know, however you decide how long you want to keep it, you need to pump it 2 times. I think it's what they call two pumps of grease. That's perfect. I mean, we'll figure it out, guys. And like I said, that was the shock therapy race rack and pinion. Let's gonna see how it does. It should be a lot better than any Polaris rack and pinion I can get. So we go from there, and we'll see you in the next video, guys. And we're gonna make one more video pretty soon here with the performance side-by-side bushings bungs for the radius rods. It should go pretty easy, pretty smooth. But we'll see you guys, and take care.